Target has missed the mark. They threw out the basic rules of running a successful business in order to virtue signal on transgender issues. Now, I'm sure you've heard about this controversy because in an attempt to score political points with the woke mob, they created a new line of apparel and placed it in the front of many of their stores. A lot has been made about the decision, though, to display these items, including what's called a tuck bathing suit for trans women. Those are biological men who identify as women. And if you don't appreciate what's being tucked, I'll let you Google it. I do believe, though, that the issue of what Target has done is much, much bigger and more fundamental than a lot of the cultural aspects of this. America is at its core a capitalistic country. I mean, businesses go into business to make money, right? So if you invest or start a company, or even if you're employed by a business, you want it to make money. So let's stop for a moment and think about what Target did from a business, a capitalistic standpoint. The display in many Target stores was right when you walked in. This is the prime real estate for retail and merchandise. This is quite literally the crown jewel for retail locations. You would think that whatever you put there as a retailer would appeal to the greatest number of consumers because, again, you're in the business to make money. So this is why what Target did is so unsettling. Recent data from the CDC's Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance System and the Youth Risk Behavior Survey estimates that among US adults, 0.5%, that's about 1.3 million adults, identify as transgender. Now, among youth, 13 to 17-year-olds, in the US, 1.4, which is about 300,000, identify as transgender. Breaking it down a bit further, of the 1.3 million adults who identify as transgender, 38.5, which is roughly 515,000 people, identify as a trans woman. 36%, which is 480,000, identify as a transgender man. And 26%, which is roughly 341,000 people, report that they identify as gender non-conforming, which is neither a trans man nor a trans woman. Now, my math has never been great, but 0.5% of the population is transgender. That means that 99.5% of the population is not transgender. So you just gave away the crown jewel of retail space, knowing that 99.5% of your customers won't buy it. It gets worse, though, because that 0.5% that I talked about, those are the total number of people that are transgender. Only 1/3 of those people identified as trans women, as you remember. So that's 1/3 of 0.5%. In my early 20s, I worked in retail. I remember them being very detailed about what was selling, what was not, which color, which size, what they needed to more of, what they needed to push to the back of the store. What Target did is to defy its own goals as a retail business. It was anti-capitalist. It did the opposite of what a business is supposed to do. And that's why I'm really concerned about this. When a major business abandoned its core mission to make money, then we as a capitalistic country should be very, very concerned. Well, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to make sure that you never miss another video.